Every morning, most of us automatically reach for the same breakfast foods without thinking twice. But what if the foods you're choosing first thing in the morning are actually hurting your health, stealing your energy, and even speeding up the aging process? It's easy to overlook, but the choices we make at breakfast can have a big impact on how we feel throughout the day and as we get older. In this video, we're going to dive into the 5 most common breakfast foods you should avoid once you hit a certain age. Stick with us because the reasons behind these choices may surprise you, and trust me, after watching this, you'll never look at your morning routine the same way again. If you want to learn more about what to eat for a healthier, more energized day, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips. We'd love to hear your thoughts too. Drop a comment below and let us know what breakfast foods you've noticed affect your energy or health as you get older. Let's get the conversation started. The first thing we do every morning is grab breakfast. Some of us head straight for the coffee machine, others for a quick bite of toast or cereal. But here's the thing. Have you ever stopped to wonder what you're putting into your body as you start your day? As we get older, what we eat in the morning takes on even more importance than it did in our younger years. Sure, we might not have noticed the effects of certain foods when we were in our 20s or 30s, but the older we get, the more our bodies start to tell us what they can and can't handle. And believe me, there are some foods that might seem harmless, even healthy by conventional standards, but they could be quietly sabotaging your mornings, and you don't even realize it. I want you to imagine something for a moment. It's 7:30 a.m., you're sitting at the kitchen table, and you're just about to dive into that bowl of cereal or grab that bagel that's been your go-to breakfast for years. But before you do, let me ask you, how often have you really thought about what those foods are doing to your body? You see, it's not about a momentary indulgence or a burst of taste. It's about how those foods are affecting you deep down on a cellular level and how they're influencing everything from your energy levels to your long-term health. I know what you're thinking. It's just breakfast, right? It's supposed to be the easiest part of the day, something that fuels you for the hours ahead. But here's where the plot thickens. As we age, our bodies become less forgiving. What we could handle in our 20s or 30s might not be so simple in our 40s, 50s, and beyond. And in this video, I'm going to take you through some of the most common breakfast foods that, if you're not careful, could be undermining your energy, your focus, and even your health in ways you didn't expect. Let's start with the classic breakfast cereal. It's something we all grew up with, and for many, it's the first thing that comes to mind when we think of a quick, nutritious breakfast. But here's the thing. Most store-bought cereals, especially the ones marketed as healthy, are packed with sugar. They promise to give you energy, but in reality, they do the opposite. You see, when you eat sugar, your blood sugar spikes quickly, giving you that short burst of energy. But soon enough, that rush crashes, leaving you tired, sluggish, and reaching for another coffee just to keep your head above water. If you're older, your body doesn't process sugar the way it once did. That blood sugar spike can be especially hard on your metabolism and insulin levels, which begin to slow down as you age. Over time, this constant up and down cycle of sugar in your bloodstream can wear on your body, contributing to things like weight gain, high blood pressure, and even increasing your risk for type 2 diabetes. So that innocent-looking bowl of cereal you grab in the morning might not be as harmless as it seems. And it's not just sugar. Take a look at what else is hiding in that bowl. Preservatives, artificial colors and flavors, the things we can't even pronounce. They might seem small, but they add up over time, putting unnecessary stress on your liver and digestive system. When you're younger, your body can flush out some of these chemicals without a second thought. But as you age, your liver's ability to detoxify slows down. Those preservatives, they start building up, making it harder for your body to keep up with the demands of daily life. Now let's move on to something that seems harmless, but is actually a hidden villain in your breakfast routine. Bagels. Oh, how we love our bagels. The chewy texture, the warm, toasty crunch. It's almost like a morning ritual for many. But here's the truth. Bagels, especially the white flour ones, are loaded with refined carbs. You might feel full after eating one, but here's why that feeling is deceptive. Refined carbs are essentially stripped of their nutritional value, leaving you with a quick hit of energy that's gone before you even realize it. When you eat something high in refined carbs like a bagel, your body quickly converts it into glucose, spiking your blood sugar, and just like with the sugary cereals, that spike is followed by a crash. If you're over 40, your body doesn't metabolize carbs the same way it once did. The pancreas, which produces insulin to manage blood sugar, doesn't respond as efficiently. This means those refined carbs don't get processed as well, and you're more likely to store that excess glucose as fat. So while that bagel might seem like a quick, easy option, it's actually contributing to weight gain, especially around the belly area. That's something many of us struggle with as we age, and it's directly tied to what we eat at breakfast. And then there's the fruit juice. It sounds so healthy, doesn't it? Fresh, natural, full of vitamins. But here's the issue. When you drink fruit juice, you're essentially bypassing the fiber of the fruit and flooding your body with sugar. Sure, it's a natural sugar, but your body doesn't know the difference between sugar from a piece of fruit and sugar from a glass of juice. Without the fiber, the sugar hits your bloodstream fast, spiking your blood sugar and causing the same energy crash you get from that sugary cereal or bagel. If you're older, this is even more problematic. The older we get, the less efficient our body becomes at managing blood sugar. That means drinking fruit juice in the morning is like handing your body a loaded gun, ready to fire off an insulin spike that can make you feel jittery, fatigued, and craving more food by mid-morning. That energy rush you feel after sipping on juice isn't the healthy start you think it is. It's a trap, and it's only setting you up for a crash later in the day. And while we're on the subject of unhealthy breakfast habits, let's not forget the classic fried breakfast. Bacon, hash browns, eggs fried in butter. It's a tempting sight, isn't it? I get it. It's comforting, and it's definitely a crowd pleaser. But as you age, eating fried foods regularly becomes a problem. The unhealthy fats from the bacon, the oil used to fry your eggs, are full of saturated fats that can clog your arteries and raise your cholesterol levels. Fried foods have been linked to heart disease, and the risk increases as we get older. The thing about fried foods is that they don't just affect your heart, they affect your skin too. The oils and fats used to fry foods contribute to inflammation in the body, which accelerates the aging process. And it's not just about looking older. Chronic inflammation is linked to everything from arthritis to cognitive decline. So while a plate of crispy bacon might seem like the perfect start to your day, it's doing far more damage than you might realize. Finally, let's talk about processed meats. Sausages, deli meats, and bacon. These might be staples in many people's breakfast plates, but they're a huge red flag when it comes to aging well. Processed meats are packed with sodium, preservatives, and chemicals that your body doesn't need, especially as you get older. The preservatives in processed meats, like nitrates and nitrites, have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even cancer. If you've ever wondered why you feel bloated, sluggish, or even a bit foggy after eating a heavy breakfast, these processed meats could be the culprit. The high salt content dehydrates you, making you feel lethargic, and the additives disrupt your gut health, leading to digestive issues that only get worse with age. As you can see, each of these breakfast foods, while familiar and even comforting, is actually playing a role in your long-term health in ways you might not have realized. What we eat every morning is more than just fuel. It's setting the stage for how we feel throughout the day, and more importantly, how we age. By making smarter, more conscious choices about what we eat at breakfast, we can have more energy, better digestion, and improved overall health as we age. So next time you reach for that bowl of sugary cereal, that bagel, or that fruit juice, think twice. Your body is giving you subtle hints every day that it needs something different. And trust me, making those small changes now will pay off in the long run.